Welcome to Mimi's Home and Garden. I just want to give a little overview of what this new series is going to be about. It's going to be during spring and summer, and it's entitled Mimi's Marvelous Day Trips. And I'm going to be picking spots within 100-mile radius of my home and go visit those and do day trips and bring you along. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I did my first day trip yesterday, and I loved it. It was nice to get away and relax with my husband. So I'm going to bring you along each time we go somewhere and then share with you. You may not even care about it, you may not like it, but I'm telling you, it made me feel so good yesterday. So, and the motivation behind this is we've had a lot of loss in the last year. Of course, my mom died a year ago, February 28th. In the last 4 weeks, I lost my dog. He had to be put down. He was very ill. And then about 4 weeks ago, a very dear friend who's my age, who's our children grew up together, she had a massive heart attack and died right there with her grandchildren. And it was just devastating to me because she was so full of life, and she helped sell my daddy's house, and we've just been friends so long. And the last time I saw her, which was 4 weeks ago, on this very porch, we gave each other a hug, and I thanked her, and she told me how much she loved me and that we were family. And I've thought about her so much in the last 4 weeks and everything that she's going to miss with those grandkids. And I thought, life is short, so we need to get out and enjoy it. Quit stressing over everything and just enjoy life. So that's what I'm going to do in this series. So I hope you enjoy it. If you don't care to watch vacation videos, that's fine, but I am going to have a ball making them. So thank you for watching, and let's get on to our first day trip, which was Southport, North Carolina. Southport is a very historic town founded in 1792, and it sits at the base of the Cape Fear River in the Atlantic Ocean. It is a beautiful city. I call it the Mayberry of the South. We've got huge, majestic oaks all along this riverfront, and I'm telling you that we get a lot of hurricanes around here, and these trees are very strong. You can see the water is all around this little point, and I just love walking down the streets. Look at that beautiful tree. It's been through years and years and years of storms and change. My husband pointed out this beautiful little lawn furniture set. I can just imagine sitting here at night and looking at that riverfront. But my 3 favorite things about Southport are the porches, the trees, and the food. And we got to enjoy all 3 today. So just take a walk with me as we walk through historic Southport. I think you're going to enjoy this. A lot of these houses have double porches on both floors, which I absolutely love. And you can see this big old home has a beautiful, deep and wide porch with rockers, American flag hanging, just a beautiful picture. I can see people sitting in those rocking chairs at night. Now, while we were walking around, a lot of people spoke to us from those porches, asked us how we were doing, thanked us for coming by. But I always like to look around. There are benches like this and swings everywhere. If you want to have a seat and a rest, it's perfect. I love daylilies, and there were a lot of daylilies, so I've got some ideas about where to put daylilies in my yard. Now, I was a little disappointed the porches aren't full of plants and pillows yet like at my house, but the brickwork, you can see a lot of places had new brick brickwork walkways. The ferns aren't up yet, but I'm telling you, this place in the summer is gorgeous. June, July, and August, it is all decked out with beautiful ferns, asparagus ferns, flowers, and American flags. Now, this part reminds me of Mayberry. You just walk down the sidewalk and see all the beautiful seating, and people just speak to you. I can see the kids playing out here in the evening. Just such a beautiful walk. I don't even care about the shops. I just want to walk through the neighborhood. Again, some more new brickwork that I absolutely loved. Now, there are a lot of little inns, these great big homes. You can stay in a lot of these places. They're inns. You can rent a room. But look at all those trees. Just beautiful. When I come here, I look for ideas that I can incorporate in my yard, and this ivy fence is one. I just think that's beautiful. I love ivy, and they've covered this whole fence in front of the house, and these purple bushes, I've got to figure out where they're from. But most of the houses in the historic district have a name and the date they were built. Now, near the historic district is this new Southport market, and I went in there. It's a huge store with antique toys all around the ceiling. They have every kind of sauce you could think of, and jars of jellies and jams, and look at this beautiful deviled egg board. Just so many neat things in here. We were in here a long time just looking around and enjoying all of the North Carolina made goods. And look at this old antique toy car. It's up high. They don't want you to touch it, but it sure was nice to look at. Of course, they've got the big barrels of candy, and you can fill up a bag for about $8 a pound. All that candy from our childhood that we used to love to eat. Such a neat thing. I always love to go in places like this. Just look around and pick up my favorite candy. Now, we made our way back to the waterfront, and what is so neat about this is there are chairs, rocking chairs, benches, Adirondack chairs everywhere. So you can sit down and relax and watch these big ships come in and out of this port. This is a major port from the ocean up the Cape Fear River to Wilmington, North Carolina, where a lot of ports and shipping cranes are in place to pick up cargo. There is the Southport Museum, and you can just sit in front of that museum in a nice chair and just watch the sailboats go by. They also have a public access fishing pier, and people were fishing on that and catching a lot of fish. See, these are the nice swings you can sit at along this walkway, or a bench. And then there's the fishing pier. It's just a wonderful thing. I'm going to pack my fishing pole next time. This old historic home sits right on the riverfront, and it's a pilot's house. There is a marker that you can read. It tells you all the history of this beautiful house. It is for sale. This was what it looked like originally. Just so beautiful. It was not open to the public, but I sure would love to go in. Again, another way to get over to the water. We did have lunch at my favorite place, the Provision Company. They have great luncheon specials, and that's boiled shrimp and crab cakes is what they're famous for. It's an open air restaurant where you can just smell and see the ocean, and we had boiled shrimp that's coated in Old Bay seasoning, and the deviled crab cakes, oh my goodness, they were so delicious. And this is the view from the restaurant looking out over the water. Now, we were walking through the neighborhood, and this house was built around that tree, and I loved it. And this was a garden right along the sidewalk where you could just stop and enjoy the roses. Beautiful. So when we finished up our walking tour, we spent a good part of the day. We hopped in the car and I just held the camera out the window so you could just see along the water some beautiful homes and trees. But we're in a rush to catch the ferry. There is a Southport ferry that will take you over to Fort Fisher, North Carolina. And it is such a beautiful ride. It's about a 35-minute ride. We were able to get right onto the ferry. We just drove right on into the boat. This runs every day, 7 days a week, between Fort Fisher, North Carolina and Southport. And it's always such a treat to just drive up onto a boat. Saves you some time when you're trying to get back home. But we'll go up top in a moment and just let you look around. Such a neat ride. And it was a beautiful day. All right, the boat is now leaving the port at Southport. We're going to cross the waterway and head over to Fort Fisher. It's such a nice ride. It only costs $7 a carload. It will fit 40 cars or trucks. The birds follow along with us, but it's such beautiful scenery, and I just love the water. I love to smell it. It's just wonderful. So we enjoyed this. We got out of the car, we went up to the passenger deck and just kind of watched and just really had a great time. So relaxing. It's a good 35 to 40-minute ride. We even got to see a really special treat along this water. You can see the little islands that are all around it and the beaches. But as we were watching, we came along a tower and there was a beautiful bald eagle sitting at the very top, just watching us go by. Look at that beautiful bald eagle. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Well, we got off the ferry and we ended up in Fort Fisher, North Carolina, which is a whole nother day trip that we'll do another time because it is a great place to visit. It's a beautiful beach, and if you're ever interested in going to Southport, go 4th of July. They have a huge festival with the parade, lots of neat little shops to go down historic downtown and just go through those shops and just have a wonderful time. All the houses decorate their porches in red, white, and blue, and it's just a wonderful time to go. So if you can, hit Southport in July. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of my day trip to Southport, North Carolina. Stay tuned for more great videos to come.